Big news flash. Trust is a really abstract thing, which means it's not super easy and simple to be like, here, I'm Enchanter Shane, and I'm really excited that you made it to this Trust Club zone. So today I'm going to share with you what the fuck is going on with the abstract and take the abstract away and make it really concrete for you. Are you ready for that? Good, because I love this fucking topic. So how can you practically work out these trust muscles so that you can move in your life without self-doubt, without second guessing yourself, and with getting shit done that you feel is authentic, that you know what to do next, that you trust yourself, that there's no such thing as failure, that it's all a way to just collect information, learn about yourself, and add it on to your self-development work. So if you're here, you're probably a self-development junkie. One of my clients says that she is. And I was like, you know what? I think everyone I work with is a self-development junkie because we are here to say no more suffering, no more shittiness, no more feeling bad. So in order for you to trust yourself, there's a piece that has to rely on you making choices for your best interest. Right? So whether it's relationship or doing projects or having conversations, you have to make sure, you have to know in your inner life that you're going to make choices for your best interests. Okay, so it's not that simple, and we're going to talk about our different parts right now. So get your pen out, get your journal, get something that's going to help you remember this stuff, because your ego and your brain want you to forget this so it can keep you small and playing safe and away from the danger. You have many parts of yourself. You have an inner child, you have a teenager part, you have an inner masculine part. And even within those parts, there's parts of you that hate yourself. There's parts of you that are like, fuck it, let's do whatever. There's parts that are very strategic and want to make sure everything is going well. There's parts that are so closed and shut down. It's limitless. And for me to ask you, do you trust yourself? It's like such a fleeting, stupid thing to ask. So if you trust, if you can look at each part and know which part is here for your best interest, then you can know when to do something, when not to do something. If you have a part that is keeping you shut down, angry, afraid, and overthinking, that is the time to have someone else help you become aware of those parts' actions and if they're in your best interest or not. That is the purpose of Trust Club. When your inner parts have needs, feelings, fears, and those needs, feelings, and fears will keep you away from your part that wants to shine. So without getting so deep into the psychology of this, if you've gotten this far in this video, something tells me that you know parts work, that you know the inner child, and that's really important. I used to work with children. I used to work with teenagers, preschoolers, children with special needs. And what I learned from them is at a very young age, different scenarios came up in their world that taught them, oh, this is how things go. Whether it was a sexually abused girl teenager or a 4-year-old that was really spoiled, their beliefs like stayed with them. And then they grew up as adults with those same beliefs. Believe it or not, they don't change. I want to say, let's understand ourselves better. Let's bring in the different parts of who we are so we can stop blaming ourselves and using that term self-sabotage. That sounds like you're blaming yourself. And what I want to say is, let's go the route of compassion instead of saying self-sabotage. So everybody wants to get their projects done. Everybody wants to get their business, their creativity out in the world. But the magic sauce is not everybody does it. And when you want to do it, let's say that's this side, but what's in the way is self-doubt, is avoidance, which can look like perfectionism or putting it off to the very last minute or making people uncomfortable, so you'd rather not do it. These are very real things. So Trust Club is about working with specific parts that are rejecting you, keeping you in avoidance, keeping you confused, keeping you complicated, keeping you far away from the things that are so aligned and so magical for you. But these parts are like, no, you are an asshole. You're not ready. Go back to school. Who do you think you are? So they fight. And usually the louder voice, the part of you that's like mean to you and telling you that you're not ready or you're stupid or you're too fat or you're too ugly or you're too old, all that stuff, that part is so insistent that it takes over the part that really wants to shine. And so the answer to do you trust yourself is, I trust some parts of myself and I always want to trust more parts. And if you're putting a project into this world that you've never done any work with, or you don't even know if it's going to be good, well, guess what? Those negative, avoiding, fighting parts have somewhat of a valid reason. They have a valid reason to say, don't do it. You're going to make a fool of yourself. But those shining parts are like, wait, I can do this. If she can do this, if I can do this, life would be amazing. And these parts, when they're at a battle, it's more comfortable, believe it or not, to go to the part that's fighting and avoiding. So I am super excited about Trust Club because I want you to produce shit. I want you to work on your projects. I want you to be willing and say, like, I don't know my project, but I know I want to do something right now. Now is the fucking time. We need leaders that are awkward. We need leaders that have emotions. We need self-development junkie leaders so that the rest of the world, the people that you can impact, they're not even speaking yet. You're at least here. You're at least in the self-development world. For every coach, mentor, artist, creative, there are thousands of people that have not stepped out of the old paradigm yet. And when you trust yourself enough to either hang up your shingle or to put a live video on Facebook, you have no idea how helpful that is to the person that's quiet and hiding. When I'm recording this video, we are in March 2022. There are people that have never done a live video yet. Maybe it's you. Wouldn't it be nice to have a hand to be held, to speak to those parts that are afraid, to speak to those parts that are hiding? Hiding is a superpower as long as you don't live there. So I am really looking forward to kicking this off. This is a fucking club for amazing, magical, creative, and smart as fuck women. And the reason why I make that face, because if you're too smart, you're in your own way. And you're asking so many questions to the wrong people. Why are they wrong? Because they haven't done it themselves. So it's a really surefire way for you to talk yourself out of doing anything great by asking either the wrong questions or asking questions to the wrong people. I have been in business for so long. I have made so many freaking mistakes because I have been impulsive in amazing ways. But you don't have to have those same mistakes happen to you. And you don't have to stay in hiding as a coping mechanism. So I welcome you into this space. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. I like to be really available for you. And I look forward to beginning the Trust Club so that you can start to trust yourself, so that life feels easier, so that self-doubt is not running the fucking show and you are not sitting home in analysis paralysis or mind fucking or mentally masturbating anymore. And so that when big things come into your life that really need your attention, you can give them attention instead of being overwhelmed and second guessing every single thing, so that you go to sleep at night with so many thoughts, so many thoughts, turn to anxiety, fucks up your sleep, fucks up your health. Trust Club is good for your health. How's that? All right, everybody. Enchantress Shane signing off. Have a magical rest of your day.